We're here at the Neal Blaisdell Center, which is the primary spot and venue for entertainment, concerts, events, Super American Circus, all types of activities throughout the year. And right now it's closed due to COVID, but we did want to show that this was the venue where Elvis Presley performed in the mid-'70s, a worldwide concert that was shown around the world, internationally, nationally, to viewers from all the different time zones. And a lot of people saw that televised production, very, very famous. And now we have a statue in Elvis Presley's honor because of that concert that he did and produced here in the mid-'70s. It's a legendary show that nobody will ever forget. And Elvis Presley really loved Hawaii. He loved coming here for vacationing and for doing shows. So this statue honors his contribution to Hawaii. Elvis's famous concert in the mid-'70s was promoted by the legendary concert promoter Tom Moffatt. And about 5 years ago, Tom Moffatt took us on a little tour of this venue and showed us all the areas where Elvis was, including the dressing room where the mirror and lights are still there that Elvis used. And accompanying us on this little tour was Leo Dave, who is a Elvis Tribute Artist that performs across the nation, including in Hawaii. And very memorable tour, and since then Tom Moffatt has passed on, so we'll never forget that tour and how he took us behind the scenes on all the special moments.
It's like a basketball for you. So that's what the dressing room is like. So we do shows, we bring the brides. Good morning, how are you? Good morning.
Nancy, get closer. Spent a lot of time in any of his dressing rooms whenever he was on the road. He would get ready at the hotel and then come over.
Yeah, I came down to see the Colonel. This was, he did a show here. It was November before the...
It was November of '72.
Yeah.
Right.
It was not publicized then.
No.
But I came down and...
But that's where all of the interviews, like where he's sitting in the chair and they got all of the names of the countries on hats behind him and stuff. That's where that was.
Looks a lot bigger on TV.
Yeah, it really does.
Well, all the way around to 8,400.
Yeah, it's kind of small for an Elvis show.
Yeah.
Because he was doing, 14,000 seaters and above.
Yeah, he was. But I think with his show, they sold around a lot.
For the one in '72, they sold up
Up
and
on top,
behind.
yeah.
But the '73 one, they didn't because they wanted the back.
Yeah. Did you see footage? You must have seen footage on the 72.
No, I've seen pictures.
Uh-oh.
And there's pictures of him, and he always turned, like if there were people behind him, he would always turn around and acknowledge them for a little while.
Yeah. This is where he was.
How did you get a 32-piece orchestra on this little stage?
Oh, you can enlarge it.
Yeah.
See, it comes in sections.
Yeah. Yeah, because it had a T that went.
I did the show Elvis the Concert
Okay, yeah.
about 10 years ago with the guys that backed Elvis.
Yeah, I've seen that show.
It was a good show.
Yeah, when we saw it in Memphis, they were just experimenting with the hologram, and I was about 8 rows back from the stage, and it was a thrill for me because, they did like a 20-minute presentation where they literally told us not to take flash photography for 20 minutes because it would ruin the hologram.
Yeah.
And for about 10 feet, I got to, it was dead on. It was Elvis walking, you know what I mean, in a hologram form. It didn't look like, it looked like a real person, though.
Is it still out on the road?
I don't think so, no.
It was a very expensive show to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
the technical, and of course the orchestra.
Yeah.
But the moment that got me was, you're watching a concert, and nowadays their concert is on the screen, the performer's down here.
Yeah.
And your attention is focused to the screen. So
right.
That's was Elvis.
They have
the band
good
was,
shots.
And the band was down here. And about 3/4 of the way through the show, he, on the screen, acknowledged the guys in the band.
Uh-huh.
And they stood up. It was wild. It was
and
like
then they do a split screen of them like back then and
yeah, they did that
now.
too.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild though when he introduced them from the center there.
Well, I took my wife to that Elvis the concert thing, and she said like she'd be watching on the screen, and she kept looking down at the stage for him to be there and come there.
Yeah.
So, but it was really thrilling to watch that. I mean, even just for 10 feet before somebody did take a flash photo, and then the hologram was gone. But I got, you know, for someone that wasn't even around before he passed, to get to watch him walk for 10 feet was a real thrill for me, because I've been a fan my whole life.
He knows so much information. He's done his research. He knows every little bit of information, anything you ask. Dates, years, everything.
Who was the English singer I took out to meet him?
Peter Moon.
Right. Is this a test? This is back when the Herman servants were very big here. And the colonel typed out something on Western Union and have it delivered to my office. To Herman's Hermits, welcome to Hawaii, because Elvis was doing the movie here.
Yeah, that was 60. Oh, he was doing Paradise Hawaiian style.
Yeah. So Peter came to me and said, "Look, you know, the greatest thing that could happen to me in my life would be to meet Elvis."
Really?
So I called the colonel. Yes, sir. Come on out. So I remember I put them in. I had a convertible. And I put them in the car, and we're heading down toward the Bali Highway. And these guys are sitting up in the back seat. All of a sudden, the cop pulls us over. He was very nice to say, hey, "You guys will have to sit down. You can't sit up on top." So we drove over, and it was a funny bit.
Then he just stopped the band and goes, "I hate that song."
Okay, this is normally the dressing room here, but I don't know if this was open. We found the light, okay? Yeah. Those are too glamorous.
No.
This is dark. This was his dressing room?
This is Elvis's dressing room.
Yeah.
This is where he got changed.
This is exactly where he got changed. Huh? This is a bathroom right here, shower.
Imagine you guys probably brought in full-length mirrors and all that stuff so he can see himself.
Yeah. Then the other one, I think the band used these rooms. It's bigger.
Yeah, like I said, from everything that I've read, you're ready most of this hotel.
So he would have to come out of this dressing room. So they added the doorway.
Okay, there we go.
Go.
Do it. Now, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Elvis.
He's got on blue suede shoes, man. Get those in there.
Look what I'm wearing.
Yeah,
Cute. Wow.
We gave me the...
they look like it.
So the band would be playing live, and Elvis would be singing from up there.
Yeah.
Solo. You know, they took the track and isolated all the music.
Yeah, when I saw it in Memphis, Bridge Over Troubled Water was so beautiful, it made me cry. I mean, with the orchestra and everything, it was just wow.